Right, so this is it. This is the actual carbon spoiler that's come all the way from the States. We've had to get these painted. These are the stands, and these match with the vehicle, and then these actually screw into the bottom of the spoiler there on here. Currently we've had to use this little handy tool. It's to tap it out. It's to tap the threads out because the resin has actually gone inside the threads and it's stopping us putting any bolts in there. So that has now been sorted. We've got one side on, which looks quite neat as well. It's quite a good line-up. And then we're going to do this side and then put it on the car and start to line it up and then drill some bolts on it.
Just the issue with the hard bit's getting the other one.
So these stands are nearly on. Yeah, that looks sweet. We'll put the last couple of screws in.
Screws are a different thread on them anyway, so when you put them in, you've got to make sure you put the screws in the right place, watching instructions and stuff. Otherwise you'll break out the inserts in your expensive carbon fibre spoiler and you're in trouble.
And how many screws are inside? Was there 2?
There's 4 total. There's 2 inside, which are a bit of a nightmare to do. The first one, the inside ones, it's easier to obviously put the screw on the end of the screwdriver, put it through the hole first, and then with a bit of pressure on the screwdriver, just put it onto the actual wing itself. This next bit's a bit harder. What I had to do is, because you've got 2 holes on the actual spoiler itself to get through, you've got 2 screws that are in there. You have to get your actual screw on an angle on the actual magnet. I go through one hole to get to it and put my screwdriver through the other. Hard to see on the camera, but that's the only way to do it really. There's probably other methods, but just
we think this is the best method anyway.
It's worked so far anyway for the last one I did. Just that a minute. There you go. Keyhole surgery. Once your screws in position, pull your magnet out of the way and just gently get it started. Cheers, mate.
Do it there for you.
Thank you.
Cheers.
Yeah, you can already see it's quite tricky. I've managed to do this side. You can't really see with the camera anyway, but the screws are really right inside here. But a little bit of persuasion, a bit of patience, you can get them in. This one is all fitted. So it's just this side to finish off.
Once it starts, it'll be alright. Just getting it to start. Just loosening it off a bit because I had tightened up the others. Bit of a schoolboy error there, really. If you tighten up the others, then the hole might not line up when you. Get your screw in. go in that one. Just hold the spoiler for me, mate. Just stop it sliding around a bit. You don't want to hit the wall with it and damage it. There we go, that's it. Just wanted a bit of
You found this way to go in.
yeah, so top tip is put all your put 3 bolts in first, one in the 2 side ones that you just got around there, around here. Leave them all loose, and then the last one you'll get in a bit easier. So leave everything a bit loose, and then just go over everything after. Don't over tighten them as well because they're in carbon fibre. Carbon fibre is strong, but it's brittle, so it can break. You'll fracture quite easily any of the inserts that have been put in from obviously the manufacturer, which you don't want to do because carbon fibre is really expensive to repair as well. Right, so they're all tight.
Nicely done.
And just mock it up onto the car now. See what it's like.
Let's have a look at this.
It should be fine then.
Hang on. Bear with me. Bear with me, pal.
There.
Just on
Yeah. I got excited, I thought you were the floodlights, but I was wrong.
Not yet.
No.
Broke it yet?
No,
No.
I haven't broke it yet.
Right, so that's where it's going to live. Fitment's nice and perfect.
Yeah, it is a good fitment.
Okay, so pop up your boot and we're going to work out. I'm going to put the
That is a good fitment.
extensions on it.
Yeah.
Super black in there.
So, yeah. Carbon. Carbon block.
So there's 2 little extensions. Just want to grab them little extensions.
So now we're going to go through under the boot and we have to line it up and put 1 bolt either side, and that will hold the spoiler in for definite. We'll see how that goes.
Yeah, I've got to drill it as well now. Then go on the spoiler first.
Let's get it on.
Yeah. So these 2 little extensions, they just go literally on the inside of the spoiler. Just here, and it'll show you. They just go there. So obviously you don't want force being pulled on it when it's tight. You just want it to be sat there nice. There is a seal kit that goes around it as well, which will
Yeah, the
show
seal kit we've got just over here, you can just see it. It does come with everything, to be fair. All the correct instructions, seal kit, we've got everything we need. It'll be a nice fitment. So, Matt's just doing the other side.
Just making sure that they're tight but not over tight, because if you over tight them again you can break the captives out, but at the same time you don't want them coming loose. So with stuff like this you want to take your time. If you're not sure what you're doing, obviously get somebody who's got a bit of a clue to give you a hand as well, because it could cost you a bit of money. So that's them 2 done.
So, in the kit, you've got obviously Mugen badge, which is quite a nice badge to go on. These are double-sided tape that goes in the middle here, like that. And we've got the shock tape. So this just goes around the edging, and this will just stop any vibration, everything while it's sitting on the body, on there. and we're going to use these 3M products. So this one is a surface cleaner and this one is the adhesive. This actually makes the surface really sticky so we can get everything properly stuck down and shouldn't cause any issues.
So this is a shock tape that you get with it, runs all the way around the outside. It's just to stop the actual spoiler mounts from contacting the bodywork, because no matter what you do, you're going to have vibration on stuff. And if you get hard plastic resin like this against paintwork, it'll act like sandpaper over a period of time, and it'll basically take the lacquer off your paint and end up with rust issues, which you don't want, not really. So take your time, make a nice neat job of it, so if any edges are sticking out, which you don't want when it's on the car, you don't want any unsightly edges and stuff. You want it to look as factory as possible, really. One side has already been done previous to this video.
You can see it goes on neatly.
It's dead easy, it's really good stuff, it's alright, it's quite flexible as well, so you don't have to worry about it. It's just a bit fiddly with all the rest of the stuff there, but yeah. Again, main thing, stuff like this, make sure you've got the kit to start the job properly, and don't rush things, because it will just backfire on you when you're halfway through a job and you've rushed it and you come to do something and it's wrong. You have to redo it all again, or it stops you from doing the job. So just cut the excess off. There is a little gap left there at the back as well for water drainage if needed, just to let anything out. So
oh, you can just see it there, yeah.
Yeah, same on both sides. Just a little bit, make it a little bit larger, because you wait, obviously washing your car, if you've got jet wash and stuff, water could get under there, so you don't want that. Right, and now the fun bit begins where we're going to drill the car. It's not my car, it's fine. And we've got to get these on as well, actually. So yeah, we'll put these on first, and then it's all
these
sat
are going to
right.
run along here.
And it's all sat right. Double check with that. It does come with some handy little instructions, but they're quite basic to be fair, and the pictures are pretty.
It's not bad. These are instructions. So they are pretty basic as well. So
yeah, you have to make your own interpretation.
Any DIY enthusiast can easily install a spoiler with no problems. So.
Right, so we've got. It only shows us having. Well, we've got 4 pieces of tape here. So I think we just put on what we can.
Yeah.
You put a lip along here, in here, through the middle, and then up there, because we've got
We've got
4 pieces, and cut it in half, it'll go quite a way.
Yeah.
You can do the middle one first, because this one that's right. Sharp scissors aren't really sharp enough. There you go. I'll probably use that excess to go along there, to be fair. When you put it on, just give it a good firm push along, just to make sure it's properly adhered to the surface. Leave this backing on for now. We're just putting all this on, so then we can mock it up onto the car to make sure we get the holes in the right place without drilling loads of holes in the tailgate. So don't just stick it on the car and then guess where the holes are to drill, because there's no physical template with the kit, and there's nothing on the car to give you an idea of where you've got to drill. So the actual bolt size is only a 10mm bolt that's got to go through, so you've got to drill quite a small hole and get it accurate.
So now we're going to drill the holes.
It's literally
just
right
for the
there,
bolt,
anyway.
the spoiler to line up. There we go.
Okay. That's one hole done. This is just a smaller size, this, so I'll go through. Finish off the last bit of the hole to get it on the right angle. You can find them on eBay and other places, not advertising, but you can get a bare bit like this. Now we've done it out to a 10mm with a drill. We've stepped up from a 3 to a 7 and then to a 10mm drill bit just to do the hole. Taping all the outside area off and using a hoover as well so we don't get swarf all over the bodywork. If you get a hot swarf on some lacquer or your tail lights and stuff like that, if you want you can mask off the whole area, but we've used a hoover just to remove it to stop any damage to your car.
We think this is the best way.
Easiest way, it's
Easiest
people,
way as well.
yeah, but just to get it right, refer it out to the full size of the star. We can put measurements up in the bear if you need it. Obviously, put in the comments what you want. Lovely sound that. I'm just oversizing the hole slightly so we've got room for adjustment on the actual spoiler itself. I'll just leave the hole out as well, mate. No rusty bits left in there, and as you can see, that sits through. This is what actually fits into the spoiler itself. We've just took it out as obviously a guide and a template to do so. So once we're happy with it, I'm just going to put a bit of an actual stud in the end of this, sit the spoiler on so I can see where the mark is, and then I'll drill straight through, and then we know where we're going to be at with it. And then we'll get the nut and bolt on there, treat the rust as well, actually treat the surface to stop any rusting, just file it out and seal it all up.
Right, so now, finally got it bolted in. As you can see, managed to bolt it just under there. It lines up better now.